Hi, you guys. This is Carol, and we're on the cell chapter right now. And what I wanted to do was just sort of do a quick summary. I've shown you lots of videos, and I wanted to sort of summarize some of those and go over some of the key concepts again, just so that you know what I'm thinking of, and not only those external YouTube videos. So the first thing that they talked about, and I gave you a video to look at, was why are they so small? So that's kind of a mystery. I mean, when you first start thinking about why not just make them big? Make cells big and then we don't need trillions of them. We could have fewer of them. And wouldn't that work for a living organism? So it's sort of fun things to think about of why are they so tiny. So there's a lot of numbers here, but really what you want to be thinking of is a ratio, and a ratio of the surface of this balloon that a cell is to what's inside. Okay, and that's the whole trick. The whole trick is we need to get things in the cell, we need to get things out of the cell, and if you make that doorway too small, then you're going to have trouble. So if you think of a concert where you have thousands of people going to a concert, if you only put 2 doors in, it's going to be a problem, correct? So you want lots of access to what's in, to go in and to go out in this concert. You want lots of doors. And if you make this space gigantic and just give it 2 gates, it's going to be terrible. So that's kind of what this chart goes through. So see if you can go with me. We're going to compare a tiny cell, and we're going to make it a cube, to one slightly larger and then slightly larger, and we're only increasing it by 1 centimeter each time. So a little cell, a medium cell, and a larger cell. So that's all fine when you look at just the size, but let's look at the surface. Right? What kind of surface does it have? So this has a surface, and you'd have to calculate that, right? Every single side of it, easier than with a sphere, right? That's why we picked a square, for you to understand it. Is that you would have to get all 6 sides of this, right? And that would be the surface that you give your tiny little cell. So that would be 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, 6 times, and you have this 6 centimeters square here. No, 1 times 1, but 1 and another and another and another, and that's how you'd have your 6. And if this were larger and you could break it up into 2 centimeters, then you'd have 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, and it would end up being 24. And the same goes for the larger one, where you'd have 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters by 3. And you'd end up with 54 centimeters. Okay, so that's the surface area, right? This has a bigger surface area, correct? This is a medium surface area. This is a small surface area. That's still super straightforward. Now let's look at what's inside, the volume inside that. And when you multiply the inside of this, which is the height, times the width, times the depth here, or the length, depth or length, either one, it's going to be 1 centimeter cubed, correct? 1 cubed. And you increase it to the medium size one of 2 by 2 by 2, it's 8, and 3 by 3 by 3, and it's 27. Okay, that's all super well, until you get a ratio of one number over the other number. And one number over the other number here that we're going to do is ratio of surface area. This is kind of cut off here for you guys, but you have this chart in your text, is surface area on the top to the volume on the bottom. Okay, ratio, surface area to volume. So we're taking this value, and we're getting a ratio of surface area to volume of 6. That number now, compare it to the ratio that we get when we go to the medium, and it's 3. And the ratio that we get when we go to large, it's 2. This number is getting smaller. So the ratio of the number of doors to how many people are inside is getting smaller and smaller. So there is an optimal size for a cell. It can't get very big. Good? Excellent. This you can really think of with shampoo bottles. I got to thinking about that one day. It's like, which is more ecological? A bunch of little shampoo bottles or one big shampoo bottle? Well, the more ecological one is the big one, right? Why? Because it's less plastic, right? It's less surface area. So this shows you how this has more surface area to the content, right? You're using way more plastic per shampoo than you would if you were using a big bottle. Good analogy. Don't use a little one. All right, and when I do my face-to-face class, we use this as a clicker. Here we can just do it to think about it. Which of these would have the highest ratio of surface area to volume? So if cells looked like A, B, C, or D, think about it for a little bit, and which would you pick? You want the one with the greatest surface area. I'll give you a minute. And the answer is D. Why? Because look at how much area of surface is. Lots of doors here for the concert and not that much volume inside. So D would be the correct answer. Okay, the other summary that I'd like to summarize is the classifying of cells. And you had a video on that, and it was, how do we classify them? And the first classification is it a prokaryote, which is the most ancient form of life? They don't have a nucleus. Or is it a eukaryote, which does have a nucleus? No nucleus, yes nucleus. Okay? It also has all these other organelles. Okay, so first major division of cells. Prokaryote, no nucleus, ancient form of life, or eukaryotic, which are the cells that you have in your body. So that classification is called domain. It's the one that's above every other classification. You've heard of genus and species and family and order and class. I'm coming up, 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 and the very top is the domain. Okay, so really when we think of cells, they belong in one of the three domains. Okay, if I can move this up. Sorry, I'm going to go back. So these domains then are three of them, and they are the eukaryotes. And then within the prokaryotes, there's two. It's not just one. There's two of them, and that is the archaea and the bacteria. So you've read about this, hopefully, in your text. And the big unknown for a while was, who are these guys? Who are the archaea? So those are the mystery cells that were discovered recently. They were discovered in really weird places like hot streams, hot vents in Yellowstone, bubbling ponds. Have these living organisms that are really strange that they can survive, that anything could survive in that bubbling water. So those are the archaea. That's just a picture of them collecting these guys on microscope slides in Yellowstone Park. They also survive on the ocean floor where there's absolutely no oxygen. So the weird ones are the archaea. Okay, so if we have this division, and who came first of these cells? There's the three domains: domain bacteria, domain archaea, and eukarya. And we probably believe they all had a common ancestor. And probably one of them branched off first and became quite more different. And the one that did that were the bacteria, leaving these other two a little more similar to each other. Okay. Pictures of these colorful, these have been colored, but they are archaea. the person who discovered them was laughed at, was ridiculed. They said, these are bacteria, you crazy person. But they were truly a whole different organism, a different domain. Okay, I'm going to stop this video there, and I'll do a little bit more summarizing next time.